Dear students, today I am going to start with chapter number 5, primary activities from Human Geography book. And in this chapter, we will be discussing about primary activities. What are the different types of primary activities? Okay, that we will be discussing. Okay. So before we discuss about the different types of primary activities, let me provide you some information about primary activity, like the term primary activities. So you have studied in your junior classes in 10 also you have studied in your economics about the economic activities. Even in your junior classes you came to know that there are different types of economic activities. Okay. So what are economic activities actually? Economic activities are those activities which help the people to earn their livelihood. Economic activities are those activities which help the people to earn their livelihood. Okay. So there are different types of activities actually, such as primary activity, secondary activity, and the tertiary activity. Okay, primary, secondary, and the tertiary activity. These are the three main types of economic activities. Okay, which has helped the human beings to earn their livelihood. So in this chapter, we are mainly focusing on the primary activity. So what does the term primary activity mean, or what do we mean by the term primary activity? Just let us discuss that. So as I said you that there are different types of economic activities. Okay, so human activities which generate income, they are known as the economic activities. Basically, there are different types of activities. Okay, which helps the human beings to earn their livelihood. Okay, and these human activities are known as the primary economic activities actually. And the economic activities are broadly grouped into primary, secondary, tertiary, and the quaternary activities. Okay. So the different types of economic activities can be categorized into primary activity, into secondary activity, into tertiary activity, and into quaternary activities. Okay. So primary activities are directly dependent on environment. What are primary activities? The primary activities are directly dependent on the environment. Okay. As this refers to utilization of the land's resources. Okay, this basically refers to the utilization of the earth's resources such as the land, water, the vegetation, building materials, and the minerals. So any kind of economic activity which is directly related to the environment or which is directly related to the nature can be considered as a primary activity. Okay, such as the activities which are related to the land, such as agriculture, it is a type of primary activity. Okay, fishing, mining, quarrying, okay, growing of vegetables, fruits, and all. These are all the examples of primary activities. Okay, so in this chapter, we will be mainly discussing about the different types of primary activities. Okay, so these primary activities, different types of primary activities, were practiced by the human beings from the very ancient time, because in the earlier period of human history, manufacturing, that is industrializations and all, it did not existed. So at that time the people, they used to earn their livelihood, okay, from the nature only. They were dependent on the nature. So there are different types of primary activities actually. Okay, and this like in the earlier period of human history, the human beings were mainly dependent on hunting and gathering. Okay, then human beings came to know about the agriculture. They started growing different types of crops and all. Okay, so like this way, with the development of technology, okay, the nature of the primary activity and the type of the primary activities also went on changing. So let us discuss about hunting and gathering as a type of primary activity. So different types of primary activities basically include hunting and gathering. Okay, hunting and gathering is also a type of primary activity. The pastoral activities, that is rearing of animals, okay, fishing, forestry, agriculture, mining and quarrying, these are all the examples of primary activities. And the people who are engaged in primary activities are called the red collar workers due to the outdoor nature of their work. And the people who are engaged in primary activity, the people who are doing primary activities actually, they are known as the red collar workers. So this is a short question, okay, for you, like the people engaged in the primary activities, they are considered as which collar workers? So they are considered as the red collar workers. Why? Because of the outdoor nature of the work. Okay, primary activity is a kind of outdoor activity. Okay, means this kind of activities, work cannot be done inside the home. Okay, it has to be done outside the home only, like forestry, fishing, mining, quarrying, agriculture, everything is outside the home. Okay, so it is a kind of outdoor activity. Okay, and the people who are engaged in this kind of primary activities are known as the red collar workers. So here you see that hunting and gathering is a type of primary activity. Okay, and this hunting and gathering can be considered as the oldest type of primary activity. Okay, it can be considered as the oldest means of earning the livelihood actually. Okay, means when agriculture was not developed, at that time people used to earn their livelihood through hunting and gathering. Okay, see. Hunting and gathering. The earliest human beings depended on their immediate environment for their sustenance. Okay. So the earliest human beings, they depended on their immediate environment. Immediate environment means on their surrounding environment for their subsistence, because at that time agriculture was not developed. Okay, so the people they need to earn their livelihood, they need the food to live actually. So how do they lived actually? Okay, so they used to depend on their surrounding environment, okay, for their livelihood. Like they used to gather the fruits, okay, they used to kill the animals and all, okay, and then they used to eat it actually. Like this way they used to survive their life. Okay, see. So the early human beings, they subsisted on animals which they hunted, the edible plants which they gathered from the forest in the vicinity. Okay, so the animals, they basically subsisted on the animals, okay, which they hunted, which they killed, and also they depended on the edible plants, okay, which they gathered from the forest in their locality, okay, in nearby areas and all. So this hunting and gathering activity is an age-old primary economy activity. The primitive societies dependent on wild animals. Okay, and these primitive people, they were mainly dependent on the wild animals for their survival. People located in very cold and extremely hot climates, they survived on hunting. And the people, okay, like where the vegetation cover was very less, okay, like the plants which provide fruits and also, okay, those plants are not available. So in those areas, the people, they were dependent on the wild animals for their survival. How? They used to kill the animals and they used to feed on it. See. So basically the people located in the very cold and the extremely hot climates, they survived on hunting. Okay. The people in the coastal areas, they still catch fish through fishing, though fishing has experienced modernization due to technological progress. Okay, and even the people living in the coastal areas, okay, they used to carry out with the fishing activity for earning their livelihood. Okay, and even now also the fishing is a major economy activity. Okay, and now the nature of fishing activity has changed. Okay, because of technological development, now fishing is being carried out with the help of the modern technology. Okay, but this fishing activity was, you can say, it was a type of one of the oldest activity, okay, which used to help the early human beings to earn their livelihood. So because of this hunting, gathering, fishing and all, okay, many species now have become extinct or endangered due to illegal hunting and poaching. So this economic activities, that is the hunting and gathering, okay, it has been it has been in continuation for a very long period of time. Okay, and the people, they used to kill the animals, they used to like collect the fruits and all from the forest and all for their livelihood. So what happened, because of this many of the animals were killed. Okay, and this is the reason that some of the animals, okay, they have become endangered, they have become extinct. That means the number of those animals has become very much less. Okay, because of this illegal hunting and the killing of the animals and all. Okay. Though this hunting and gathering activity has also undergone transformation, okay, like now very less number of people, very few, okay, very few number of people are engaged in this hunting and gathering activities now. Okay, see. So the early hunters, they used the primitive tools made of the stones, the twigs or the arrows, so the number of animals killed was limited. So during the ancient time, okay, in this hunting and gathering activity, the early human beings or the primitive hunters, they used to take help of the stones, the twigs, the arrows and all for killing the animals. Okay, so at that time the animals which were killed, they were limited, it was limited. Okay, But now in the present day, the hunting is illegal, but then also the people, some of the people, they are engaged in hunting, illegal hunting actually. Okay, and now they are taking help of the modern weapons, the guns and all. So many numbers of animals can be killed in a short period of time, which is a negative impact actually. Okay. So this hunting, gathering and hunting are the oldest economic activity. Okay, the gathering and the hunting are the oldest economic activity known till now, and these are being carried out at different levels with different orientation. Okay, so this hunting and gathering economic activity is being carried out at different level and with different orientation. That means in different parts of the world, the hunting and the gathering activity is being carried out in different ways. Like the people living in the polar areas, okay, their way of hunting and gathering is something different than the people living in the tropical and the equatorial areas. Okay. So the nature of the hunting and the gathering economy activity, it also varies from one region to another. Okay, from one region to another. So the hunting activity, okay, the hunting and gathering economy activity, though hunting is now banned in many parts of the world, many countries of the world, but gathering is still prevalent. Okay, there are some areas in the world where the gathering economy activity is still being carried out, but the gathering economy activity which is being carried out now, it is not for survival actually, but it is for commercial purpose. There are some people who are engaged, okay, in gathering of the valuable plants, roots, fruits and all. Okay, which they sell it in the market to earn their livelihood. Okay, so the nature of the gathering economy activity has changed. Gathering is practiced in regions with harsh climatic conditions, and it often involves primitive societies who extract both plants and animals to satisfy their needs for food, shelter and clothing. Okay, so gathering is practiced in regions with harsh climatic conditions. Okay, the areas having harsh climatic conditions, in those areas gathering economic activity is mainly being practiced. Okay, and it often involves primitive societies. So basically the primitive societies, the people belonging to the primitive societies, they are involved in this gathering economic activity. Okay, and what do they gather actually? They gather the plants. Okay, they extract both plants and animal products actually. Okay, to satisfy their need for the food, shelter and the clothing. Okay, so this type of activity, it requires a small amount of capital investment and operates at a very low technological level of technology. So this type of activity, okay, hunting, gathering activity, it requires very less amount of capital investment. Okay, means the capital investment is very much less actually, and it can operate at a very low level of technology. Means advanced technology is not required. The yield per person is very low and little or no surplus is produced, and the yield, that means the output per person is very low. Okay, and the surplus product is not, means how much the like they gather. Okay, they like it is satisfied for a single person actually, so extra is not left actually in this case. Okay, you can say in this kind of gathering economic activity, okay, whatever the people, okay, they collect for their own survival, personal survival actually. Okay, so this kind of hunting and the gathering economy activity is mainly practiced in few areas of our country, such as the high latitude zones, which include the northern Canada, northern Eurasia and the northern Chile. Okay, so this kind of hunting and gathering economy activity is practiced in northern part of Canada, okay, northern Eurasia and the southern Chile, as well as in the low latitude zones such as the Amazon basin, okay, which is having the dense forest cover, in the tropical part of Africa, in the northern part of Australia, as well as in the interior part of Southeast Asia. Okay, even in India also the gathering economy activity is practiced only in some part of our country, basically in the northeast part of our country, okay, in South Asia. See, so this is the map, okay, which shows the areas of hunting and gathering economy activity. So you can see here that the dark patches, okay, in this world map some areas has been marked with dark patches, dark color. So these are the areas where the hunting and the gathering economy activities are being practiced. Okay, so this part is very much important for the map pointing, because you will be getting map pointing. Okay, you may be asked to highlight the areas, okay, in the Asian continent, okay, in the Southeast Asia, where hunting and gathering is practiced. So this is the area. Okay, in Europe where hunting and gathering is practiced. So these are the areas. In North America, these are the areas. In South America, these are the areas. Okay, in Africa, these are the areas. Like this way, okay, the map pointings may be coming in your examination. But in the modern times, okay, in modern times, some gathering is market oriented and has become commercial. Though this hunting and gathering activity is not so much prominent, is not so much common in the present day, okay, but in certain areas, okay, some people are engaged in gathering economy activity, and that gathering economy activity is totally market oriented. That means the people, they gather the products for selling it in the market for commercial purpose, for earning some money actually. The gatherers, they collect the valuable plants such as the leaves, the barks of the trees, and the medicinal plants, and after simple processing, they sell the products in the market. Okay. So the gatherers, what they do, they collect the valuable plants. Okay, they collect the valuable plants. They collect some valuable leaves, the barks of the trees, and the medicinal plants and all. Okay, and they process it and they sell it in the market, from where they gain the profit, from where they earn the money actually. Okay. So they use various parts of the plants. For example, the bark of the trees is mainly used for quinine. Okay, the bark is used for quinine for medicine purpose. The tannin extract and the cork. The leaves supply materials for the beverages, for making drugs, different types of medicines, for making cosmetic products. Okay, the fiber, the thatch, and the fabrics. The nuts for food and oils. Okay, and the tree trunk yield rubber, balata, and the gums. Okay, so different part, okay, different product of the plants are being extracted, they are being gathered, okay, to earn some money actually. And one more important thing is that, okay, like we eat the chewing gum, isn't it? We chew the chewing gum. So that chewing gum, the rubbery part actually, which we chew actually, okay, it is actually a gum. Okay, it is actually a juice actually, milky juice, which is obtained from the Japota tree. See, the name of the part of the chewing gum after the flavor is gone, it is called chicle. So when we chew the chewing gum and the flavor is gone, the rubbery part which is left, that is known as the chicle. Okay, and this chicle is made from the milky juice of Japota tree. So Japota is the tree from where the milky juice is being obtained to make the chicle, okay, which is the component of the chewing gum. So you can see here that in hunting and gathering activities, the people, they used to gather different types of products, okay, from their surrounding environment. They used to kill the animals, hunt the animals for their survival. But now, okay, except few tribal communities, the hunting activities are totally banned. Okay, gathering is also practiced on a very small scale, just for market, for commercial purpose. Okay, and very few people are engaged in this gathering activities actually. So this is what about hunting and gathering, okay, as a primary economic activity, which is known as the oldest form of economic activity, okay, till date. Okay, which is the known oldest form of economic activity till date actually. So gathering has little chance of becoming important at the global level. So the gathering economy activity, okay, it has very less chance of becoming important economy activity at the global level, because the products of such an activity cannot compete in the world market. Okay, so from gathering activity, whatever products we obtain, okay, they cannot compete in the international market actually. Okay. Moreover, the synthetic products, often of better quality, okay, and at lower prices, have replaced many items supplied by the gatherers in the tropical areas. So the synthetic products which are available in the market, okay, they are of far better quality and they are available at a cheaper price. Okay, so that is why, okay, the products which are being collected by the gatherers, okay, they are not like used nowadays actually, because they are a little bit costly. Okay, and like it is quite difficult to get this product out. So the people are now dependent on the synthetic products actually. Okay. So this is what about the hunting and the gathering economic activity, okay, as a type of primary economic activity.